What's up, Evian, and welcome back to my channel Showdown. MMA de Arman Tsarukyan was involved in a heated during a recent grappling match that quickly caught the attention of the MMA community. The highly skilled lightweight contender competed in a grappling bout following a last-minute opponent change, facing Mehdi Boulay in what was expected to be a technical contest. While the match began calmly, tensions escalated as the exchanges became more intense. Early in the bout, both competitors appeared focused on control and positioning, with Tsarukyan showcasing his trademark pressure and composure on the mat. However, during one particular exchange, Boulay made contact with Tsarukyan using his elbow. Although the strike appeared accidental, Tsarukyan clearly took issue with the contact. In the heat of the moment, he responded by throwing an illegal knee, which immediately drew attention from officials. As a result of the infraction, Tsarukyan was issued a yellow card, a penalty that could have shifted momentum or impacted the outcome of the match. Despite the warning, the incident did little to slow him down. Tsarukyan quickly regained his focus and continued to impose his will, demonstrating why he is regarded as one of the most dominant grapplers in the sport. Following the exchange, Tsarukyan elevated his performance, controlling the pace and neutralizing Boulay's attempts to create space. His transitions were sharp, his pressure relentless, and his positional awareness remained elite throughout the remainder of the bout. Boulay struggled to mount any meaningful offense as Tsarukyan methodically worked toward a finish. As the match neared its conclusion, Tsarukyan secured a tight submission, leaving his opponent with no option but to tap. Boulay submitted with just 13 seconds remaining, sealing a decisive victory for Tsarukyan. The finish capped off an impressive showing that overshadowed the earlier controversy and reaffirmed his technical superiority. The win, Tsarukyan earned an ACB Jiu-Jitsu belt, adding another accolade to his growing list of achievements. The performance served as a reminder of his elite grappling credentials and competitive intensity, even outside the MMA cage. While the heated moment drew discussion online, the overall takeaway was Tsarukyan's dominance and ability to stay composed under pressure. This match further solidifies Arman Tsarukyan's reputation as a world-class grappler and a dangerous competitor in any rules set, reinforcing why he remains one of the most respected names in combat sports today. Joaquin Buckley recently sent a strong warning to Khamzat Chimaev during an appearance on Submission Radio, offering a blunt and controversial assessment of Chimaev's fighting style. Buckley suggested that Chimaev relies heavily on wrestling not because it is his greatest strength, but because he is reluctant to engage in prolonged striking exchanges and risk getting knocked out. According to Buckley, Chimaev's approach contrasts sharply with the way elite wrestlers of the past utilized grappling. He argued that true dominance on the ground involves constant offense, damage, and intent to finish rather than simply controlling an opponent. Buckley acknowledged that grappling is a legitimate and valuable part of mixed martial arts, but emphasized that it should be used aggressively, not defensively. Buckley used former UFC lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov as a prime example of effective wrestling. He pointed out that Khabib consistently advanced position, applied relentless ground and pound, and actively sought to finish his opponents. Buckley highlighted Khabib's performance against Edson Barboza as a defiant example of how grappling can be both controlling and devastating. In Buckley's view, that style represents the gold standard for using wrestling in MMA. In contrast, Buckley criticized fighters who prioritize holding positions without advancing or inflicting damage. He expressed frustration with prolonged clinches or ground control where little offense is attempted, arguing that such tactics stall the fight and drain excitement from the contest. Buckley also placed some responsibility on referees, stating that officials should be more proactive in encouraging action and preventing fighters from simply stalling to win decisions. Taking his critique further, Buckley accused Chimaev of avoiding striking exchanges out of fear of having his chin tested. He claimed that if Chimaev were forced to remain standing and engage purely in striking, his aura of invincibility would quickly fade. To underline his point, Buckley revealed that he offered Chimaev $50,000 to stay on the feet for at least one full round without using wrestling. Buckley confidently stated that if Chimaev accepted such a challenge, he would be knocked out and exposed as someone who is not the unstoppable force many believe him to be. The comments have sparked debate among fans and analysts with opinions divided on whether Buckley's assessment is fair or exaggerated. Regardless, Buckley's remarks have added fuel to the ongoing discussion surrounding Chimaev's style and whether his dominance comes from fearlessness or strategic caution. Reinier de Ridder has reignited conversation in the middleweight division after calling out Khamzat Chimaev following his recent loss to Brendan Allen at UFC Vancouver. While many in the MMA community believe that defeat marked a major setback in de Ridder's career, it appears he has no intention of fading into the background. Instead, he is focused on rebuilding and making another run toward the top of the division. In a recent interview with Home of Fight, de Ridder reflected honestly on the factors that led to his disappointing performance. He admitted that he pushed his body beyond its limits by rushing his pursuit of a title opportunity. According to de Ridder, 5 intense weight cuts within a single year severely depleted his energy and compromised his ability to perform at his best. That exhaustion, he explained, was clearly visible during his fight with Allen. De Ridder acknowledged that this pattern was not new, referencing similar struggles earlier in his career when overexertion caught up to him late in fights. Despite starting strong, he found himself unable to maintain the same pace as the bout progressed. Recognizing these mistakes, he emphasized that he has now taken a step back to recover properly and recalibrate his approach. Looking ahead, de Ridder made it clear that his ultimate goal remains unchanged. He is still chasing Khamzat Chimaev and believes that matchup represents the true test he wants next. At the moment, Chimaev is scheduled to face Nassourdine Imavov, and if he emerges victorious, the division is expected to move forward with the winner of the upcoming bout between Sean Strickland and Anthony Hernandez. With so many elite contenders in the mix, the middleweight division is widely viewed as one of the most competitive in the sport. There have also been discussions surrounding a potential matchup between de Ridder and Paulo Costa, though nothing has been officially confirmed. De Ridder stated that he is remaining patient, careful, observing how the division unfolds while waiting for the right opportunity to present itself. Despite the setbacks, de Ridder remains confident that this next chapter will be different. He believes that with proper recovery, smarter preparation, and renewed focus, he can return as a stronger and more dangerous version of himself. His message was clear that he is not finished, and that his ambitions at middleweight are very much alive. Islam Makhachev recently gave an interview to the Russian outlet Voice of MMA that revealed a noticeably more emotional side of the reigning lightweight champion. For the first time in months, it appeared that the ongoing situation involving Ilia Topuria had finally gotten under Makhachev's skin. After enduring prolonged trash talk and what he viewed as repeated disrespect, Makhachev delivered a heated response that stood out from his usually calm and composed demeanor. During the interview, Makhachev made remarks that immediately sparked conversation across the MMA world, particularly given the ongoing controversy surrounding Topuria. The community remains divided, with many fans standing firmly behind the principle of innocent until proven guilty, while others have already formed strong opinions despite the absence of formal charges. Regardless of where fans stand, the comments added fuel to an already tense rivalry. For fighters from Dagestan, situations involving allegations of this nature tend to carry deeper meaning. Their cultural and religious values place a strong emphasis on honor, respect, and the protection of women. As a result, accusations alone can have a significant impact, regardless of legal outcomes. This approach has been seen before, most notably when members of Khabib Nurmagomedov's team took a firm stand against Conor McGregor following similar accusations, even before any official conclusions were reached. Makhachev made it clear that he has never been impressed by Topuria, describing him as someone who relies more on talk and image than substance. He stated that for a long time he avoided even mentioning Topuria's name because he believed defeating him would add little to his legacy. In Makhachev's view, beating a smaller opponent would only invite criticism rather than recognition. Despite this, Makhachev acknowledged the massive interest surrounding a potential matchup. He recognized that fans want to see the fight, that it would be a major event, and that it would generate significant revenue for everyone involved. Still, He pushed back against Tapiria's online criticism, rejecting claims that he is boring or afraid to fight. Instead, Makhachev accused Tapiria of avoiding dangerous challenges within his own division. Makhachev concluded by reiterating his philosophy as champion. He does not select opponents and is willing to face whoever the UFC places in front of him. However, he emphasized that Tapiria must first prove himself at lightweight and demonstrate true championship credentials before such a fight can be justified. Dvalishvili recently drew widespread attention after sharing footage of himself sparring with Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg. The bantamweight contender posted a 6-minute video on his social media platforms showing highlights from a 3-round sparring session that quickly went viral across the MMA community. The unexpected crossover between a world-class UFC fighter and one of the most recognizable figures in technology sparked both curiosity and discussion among fans. From the footage, it was clear that the session was conducted in a controlled and respectful environment. Dvalishvili, known for his relentless pace and suffocating pressure inside the octagon, appeared to be holding back significantly. While he demonstrated clean technique, sharp movement, and positional awareness, there was no indication that he was sparring at full intensity. The goal seemed to be technical work and flow rather than domination. At one point during the session, Dvalishvili lightly slapped Zuckerberg, a moment that stood out and quickly circulated online. Despite the playful nature of the exchange, the clip highlighted the vast difference in experience between the two. Zuckerberg, who has openly trained in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and mixed martial arts in recent years, showed composure, balance, and a clear understanding of fundamentals. He maintained defensive positioning, responded well to instructions, and remained active throughout the rounds. Coaching voices could be heard throughout the footage, calling out combinations, positioning, and defensive adjustments. Dvalishvili seamlessly guided the action, allowing Zuckerberg to work through clinch situations, fence pressure, and body lock scenarios. The sparring featured takedown entries, cage control, and transitions, giving a glimpse into realistic MMA training without unnecessary risk. The interaction served as another example of Dvalishvili's professionalism outside of competition. Rather than using the opportunity to showcase dominance, he focused on teaching, movement, and controlled exchanges. His calm demeanor and willingness to adapt his pace reinforced why he is widely respected among teammates and coaches. For fans, the footage was an entertaining look behind the scenes at how elite fighters can adjust their skill set to train safely with partners of varying experience levels. It also reinforced Zuckerberg's genuine interest in combat sports, showing that his involvement goes beyond casual fandom. Overall, the sparring session was a lighthearted but impressive display of discipline, technique, and mutual respect. While it was far from a competitive fight, the exchange highlighted the growing intersection between MMA and mainstream culture, offering fans a rare and engaging moment from both worlds.